Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the right side, or top right side, as the red Magyars, we have a foreign name. So on the south side, as the blue Tatars, we have a foreign name. Magyars, if I remember correctly, they have a unique trash unit. Let's see now, cavalry situation. Villagers kills wolves in one strike, so it looks like they cut the throat of wolves, no problem. Forging, cast iron, and blast furnace upgrades are free. Scout cavalry and light cavalry and hussars are cost 15% less, so it's cheap light cavalry. Magyar hussar is a unique unit which can get upgraded through cost no gold as well. Making them have another trash unit here. Recurve bow gives cavalry archers +1 range and +1 attack, which is not bad either. So if you like cavalry archers, maybe a civilization for you. They look like they do get Parthian tactic as well as heavy cav archers. For the Tatars, is a cavalry archer civilization. Speaking of which, militia rush. I'm not sure if they got any kills there. And Red will go and looks like back off. He may just go ahead and just start harassing some of the other forces now. And they will start hitting the lumber camp now. Red Scout is already across the map, going back to the rest of the research. Villagers got out of their plus 50% food from herdables, which is not bad. New towns that have spawned 2 sheep starting Castle Age. That can be quite useful. Units deal plus 25% damage when fighting from higher elevation, not very useful. And Thumb Ring and Parthian Tactics is free. That can be quite useful to go for cavalry archers. Or Thumb Ring's good in general, if you go for regular archers as well. Unique Unification, which is which if I remember correctly, gets gold as it stays in combat. And Flaming Camels, so mostly a meme unit. Unique text, silk armor, like cavalry step lancers, and cavalry archers get additional armor and pierce armor. Not bad. Let's see, can they get paladins? Nope, they cannot get paladins. And the Sigmar Siegecraft. Archers get 2 extra range and enables flaming camels. The extra range is quite useful. And the extra line of sight for cavalry archers also is very handy indeed for the team bonus. Right, so lost a villager now. 21 villagers, 22 villagers. Looks like militias will be shanked. And they both go down at the same time. Handful of palisades going down. Expecting Red to go for counterattack, and he is... Potentially. There's 4 scouts here. One of them severely wounded. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. Yep, now we got the counterattack now advancing. However, there's a bunch of spearmen and a pair of archers. The archers could potentially take off that scout, but they do not. They hit the other scout. Right now, the scouts have 2 pierce armor, so the archers only able to do 2 damage. They also only have 4 range this moment of time. Now you got a skirmisher deployed out onto the high ground. Blues the Tatars, they get the extra damage from high ground. And it looks like all of Blue's force does get cleaned up. There, the scouts are still quite wounded, and the 1 health one is still at 1 health. Not at 0. Or 2. The patrol here got 1 spearman and 2 archers. This force is quite wounded. 2 of them can almost be killed instantaneously, pretty much. So these ostriches have not been claimed. Blue scout cavalry is still alive, and now these spearmen are advancing. Does he got another cavalry scout there? Another scout goes down. All scouts are down, just remaining 2 skirmishers. Skirmishers, of course, have 3 pierce armor, and the archers have only 4 damage, so that means... Oh, they got the upgrade there, so So they deal 5 damage, do 2 damage per hit. Of course, skirmishers are not exactly great versus villagers either. They deal 3 damage, and villagers have 2 pierce armor. They'd be literally doing 1 damage.
Yes.
What just happened? They must have paused the game, because Taunt 14 sounds like start the game already, and the yes happened at the same time, so there had been a pause the game. Skirmishers are falling back away from these archers now. Scout getting some good damage there. Now got one boy with a pointy stick advancing. Does receive some other pointy sticks added to him, and the guy with the pointy sticks killed the guy with the pointy stick. Another skirmisher deployed on out, so there's 4 skirmishers here for defense. And he's going to go ahead and start hitting down this wall now. Does miss with those spears there, or yeah, they are technically spears, throwing spears. And now we do have this wall being under siege. We got some more archers advancing and trying to break down this palisade wall. Skirmishers rotating around. Let's switch over to red, see what he's building for defense. More scouts, more archers, and more villagers. Villager count is 38 for blue, 36 for red. The palisade wall has been breached. We've got a decent defense force here. I don't think he will be all too effective, though. Skirmishers do have him in range. And scouts are getting some great damage there onto those archers, as the archers trying to scouts going for the skirmishers and archers. Blue scouts are getting some great work done. Both sides are losing quite a bit there. It's going to be a Pyrrhic victory. Yep, down to just the remaining archers. One reinforcing archer will come forward, and both all need to run away. And looks like the red's going behind to patch that hole and with a house. Who wants to live in a house that's been used to patch a hole in a wall? Here archers are scouting around, not so sure what they're going to do all by them lonesome. But you got these forces now advancing, it's a mixed force of archers, skirmishers, and a scout. And those palisade walls will get cleaned up as more palisade walls are being deployed. I want to see a bit more aggression onto his opponent. Got more palisade walls to go in front of the palisade gate. Got a defensive watchtower going up, very nice. He will be firing uphill. Remember, he's the Tatars, which means he gets bonus damage from if he fires downhill, or more bonus damage. Red will be trying to push his way forward now, trying to make a hole in his opponent's palisade wall. Going for a house. Castle Age has been researched by blue. Red has Castle Age on the way. Let's see what blue is queuing up now. We do have a handful of cavalry archers and a knight. 3 cavalry archers have been deployed. Oh, those faster build rate for the cavalry archers, if I was mistaken. It seemed like they build pretty quickly. Try and pursue the cavalry archer now. The cavalry archer right now only has 0 armor and pierce armor. The scouts will do full damage towards the cavalry archers. Over here, we've got these scouts now advancing, trying to throw some more slices into these palisade walls. As blue is eyeing for a counterattack of a knight, 3 cavalry archers, and a regular archer. Blue's now gotten his own castle age now. And looks like he's building out a town center right there. Has Blue gotten out any additional town centers just yet? Doesn't appear to be. That is a knight right there he could gather up. Red's eyeing for a counterattack now, and this is not going to be a good time. He should leave the archer behind, allowing his cavalry forces, knight and cavalry archers, to run away more quickly. More cavalry archers are advancing forward, so it's Blue's getting his force split up, but it looks like he's not microing it all too well. That knight does go down, as this one does receive some fire there, but won't accomplish all too much. More cavalry archers being pushed on in by Blue. And Red has gotten his own cavalry archer as well. Little patrol move there, trying to bunch up these forces. Cavalry archers are advancing, does fire around barrage there onto the forces, does get a couple of red units. Trying to stand from the high ground as well, which gave them an extra damage bonus. I think 50% damage bonus. There's a good shot there. There's another good shot. So some of the cavalry archers are being chased down as these other ones being reinforced into the wrong side of town. Looks like Blue has deployed out a monastery, which would be very useful in claiming relics. We got another town center right here. And where is that monastery at? Somewhere. Yeah, it's registered monastery. Don't see one either. Some various damage right there. That skirmisher does get quickly picked off. The skirmishers only have 4 pierce armor. The cavalry archers have 8 damage, so they'd be able to do 4 damage per barrage, and they only have, what, 30 health? Not a whole lot of health. He's getting to a large critical mass of cavalry archers, getting some great damage in there. Some of these knights are getting picked off as well. Having trouble getting any sort of shots in. Red has his own cavalry archers as well. Number of the knights going down as well. If Blue gets the high ground, that'd be great for him. We'll see some of these ballistics. Red's gotten the elite skirmisher upgrade, which does get an extra 500 health and some extra armor as well. Knights are getting some hits there under the Blue cavalry archers. They're actually quite wounded. A single monk could be useful just to get these guys healed up. More and more blue cavalry archers are reinforcing. He's just only building cavalry archers. We got a pair of scouts being deployed out. Doesn't appear he has light cavalry researchers yet, but I see on the build queue. Pair of stone gates being built out, so those are full stone gates. They will be spotted, of course, and I don't think they get their armor until they're fully built. Red's University is now under siege. Blue's going for some melee attack damage as well. And we'll find this area barred off, and now Red is going to close the gap right here. But Red's force is quite wounded. A handful of cavalry archer shards can do some great damage there, such as like that. Does get the high ground there as well. He's not barred from exiting this region. Skirmishers fire some or throw some spears there, largely missed, but got some damage in. Over here, additional cavalry archers being deployed out with some light scout support. Skirmisher getting some good hits there. It does claim a cavalry archer over here. More and more reinforcements. This time with some knights support as well. Let's switch over to Red and see what he's building. More skirmishers, more knights, and some more scouts. No light cavalry. He can get light cavalry, right? Yeah, he should be able to. These light cavalry does find that they're closing the gap on those skirmishers, getting some a lot of damage there. Now the cavalry archers want to advance forward to get some free arrows in as well. Blue has a handful of frontline units, allowing his forces to advance. He does break the bell and turn off the bell. He may be eyeing for the next age at the moment. Red's Knights are coming close in distance there, getting some good damage in. Many Red's Knights does go down as Blue's front line gets cleaned up as well. But Blue has a massive concave of cavalry archers here, getting some great damage all across the line, but they're all quite wounded as well. A single monk could be quite useful. And it looks like Red does have a single monk of his own, trying to get the conversion there onto that unit. Red's Knights are advanced forward, trying to clean up, stop these skirmishers from advancing. They are firing from low ground, so they get less damage sent and more damage sent out for those who are on the high ground. Blue's Knights have been cleaned up, more Knights being queued on forward. Some Red's Knights are being cleaned up, but the fighting the skirmishers on the high ground, not good. He needs to get a castle on top of this hill as soon as possible. And Red has actually backed out of the game. That seemed a little bit early, but he was likely couldn't deal with all the cavalry archers. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.